County, I'd like to take a moment to remember one of our classmates, Andrew Kramer, who passed away on May 20th, 2016, doing what he loved most, racing ATV motocross. I am joined here on the stage by the inaugural winners of the Andrew Kramer Memorial Scholarship, Ben Finelli, Mitchell Minda, Gabby Pasternak, and Will Hebda. Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember Andrew's smile and kind spirit. We also received sad news today that another one of our students, junior Kyrie Cole, passed away last night in an issue in the community. It's also appropriate to have a moment of silence for Kyrie. Thank you.
Oh, I see him.
Good evening, and welcome to the commencement exercises for Elizabeth Forward High School's graduating class of 2018. It's a special honor to join you for this formal part of graduation, the culmination of individual achievements, both large and small. I'll begin by offering my sincere thanks to the family and friends of this graduating class, for after all, you are their biggest cheerleaders. To the district faculty, staff, administration, board of school directors, to the mentors, coaches, and counselors, your unwavering support through the years has helped them become what they are today and what they will be tomorrow. Tonight, the student speakers have written their speeches around the theme of looking back, moving forward, while always remembering that the foundations of what they will become began here in Elizabeth Forward. We ask for your appreciation and respectful demeanor during this ceremony. It's my pleasure to introduce Senior Class Vice President, Robert Charles.
We would like to thank the Pennsylvania Army National Guard for their participation. 15,000 members strong, they play an important role in the nation's defense, and we're honored to have them join us here. To begin tonight's ceremony, senior class historian Jordan Vasco will lead us with the flag salute.
Okay, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the presentation of the colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the playing of our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. On behalf of my fellow students, I would like to welcome you and thank you for attending tonight's commencement ceremony for the Elizabeth Forward High School class of 2018. Tonight, we begin by giving thanks for completing this journey. We give thanks for our time here together, for all of the friends that we made, for the days filled with laughter and fun, for the days filled with great discovery, enlightenment, and learning. We thank all who have given their time, energy, and love so that we can graduate today. Our family, friends, and loved ones. Our teachers and mentors. Join us in a respectful celebration of our accomplishments as we move on to the next stage in our lives. And now, I would like to introduce the Warrior Choir as they perform You Will Be Found by Dear Evan Hansen.
Where'd you learn? No. They just pulled in today. They thought they pulled in.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall, no one would hear?
So let that lonely feeling wash away. 'Cause maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. But when you don't feel strong
pleasure to introduce our first commencement speaker, Maya Winowich.
Well, class of 2018, we made it. After many long days and sleepless nights, we have finally crossed the hypothetical finish line of our high school educations, and we are now prepared to step into the real world. I'm going to assume that most of us receiving their diplomas today are overcome with feelings of excitement, pride, and immense joy. These feelings are rather appropriate for commencement, but let's be honest. It would be impossible to say these were the same feelings that each student felt on a day-to-day basis. As a student at Elizabeth Forward, I noticed a recurring problem among my fellow students. I noticed students were not appreciating their short 4 years here at Elizabeth Forward, or the amazing experience that came with it. At some point during our academic journey, it became cool to be ungrateful towards the same place that helped to shape us into the people we are today. This has always bothered me, and it needs to change. Even though we are graduating, and our time together has come to an end, it's never too late to change your minds about Elizabeth Forward and the incredible education we have all received here. Let's go back to 2012. This was the year when most of us would have been wrapping up our 6th grade year. It was an exciting and scary time as brand new middle schoolers. Our worlds were beginning to expand, and we were suddenly becoming more aware of events in our town and our state, perhaps even our country. But most days, we were only concerned with the latest drama. Meanwhile, across the world in Pakistan, there was an 11-year-old girl named Malala Yousafzai who lived in a society where girls were not allowed to go to school at all. Despite the rules, Malala wanted an education and tried to attend school, but this angered the Taliban. On October 9, 2012, Malala was shot by a Taliban gunman while she was sitting on a school bus. While we probably spent that same day complaining to each other about our school lunches, dress codes, and lack of air conditioning, Malala was shot at for trying to receive the same education we frequently took for granted. I know this story is scary, but it helps to illustrate that as Americans, we are granted the freedom to receive an education, regardless of our race, creed, ethnic origin, or socioeconomic status. The problem is that we've spent so much time complaining about school that we have forgotten that our ability to learn is a right and a privilege. It's a gift we will be able to carry with us for as long as we live. Malala's story wasn't over the day she was shot. She managed to stay alive, and after fully healing, she did some incredible things, including receiving a proper education and eventually winning a Nobel Peace Prize. Once, in an interview, she said, "In some parts of the world, students are going to school every day. It's their normal life. But in other parts of the world, we're starving for education. It's like a precious gift. It's like a diamond." These words are powerful, and they should speak volumes to you today. Maybe you were someone who often complained about having to go to school, or maybe you thought it was cool to disregard the gift of learning. However, receiving an education is about so much more than that. It's about freedom. As an American citizen with a high school diploma, you have the freedom to pursue your dreams. You have the freedom to make a difference. You have the freedom to change the way future generations think about receiving an education. As you go on and achieve greatness, never forget about Elizabeth Forward, the relationships you shared, or the amazing education and experience it provided to you. We might all come from different backgrounds and beliefs, but today, we have the opportunity to leave this field with something really special in common: warrior pride. Thank you. Our next speaker will be Garen Martin.
Tonight should invoke many different emotions. For some, it's upsetting to say goodbye to friends and memories that have been made over the past 4 years. And it's tough not knowing when and if we will all be together again. Maybe for some, tonight represents a chance to reminisce on the past 4 years, such as watching a high school football game with Scott Harbaugh. For many, I'm sure that tonight is a night to celebrate the end of a 12-year journey. When I think of tonight, however, the thing that comes to my mind is a feeling of uncertainty. All of us here tonight are a short walk and a piece of paper away from a world of uncertainty. You see, for the past 12 years, we've all been working towards the same goals. Much like every other high schooler, everything we've done has led us to this piece of paper. Now, we are at the point in our lives that can be summarized by the words my teachers use when asked if they know the difference between me and my brother. We don't know. We don't know what our next journey will be, how long it will take, or how our choices will affect it. The class of 2018, there is nothing to worry about. Each and every one of us has the opportunity to be the next LeBron James, Bill Gates, or maybe even the next Yodel kid. There are just two things we need to keep in mind that these successful individuals have undoubtedly experienced themselves. Number one, failure is inevitable. Many of us have chosen to lead significantly difficult paths, and along the way, each one of us is going to stumble or fall. But my fellow classmates, don't let it discourage you because everyone does it. When Batman fails to save his parents' home in Batman Begins, it is Alfred Pennyworth who reminds him that we fall so that we may learn to pick ourselves back up. Every single one of us is going to fail. Maybe you will fail your chemistry exam, or maybe you will not earn a starting position on your college team. But that only means you need to hit the books harder or spend more time practicing. No one has ever achieved greatness on their first try. Failure does not destroy character, it builds it. Number two, success is meaningless if it is not your own vision of success. For those of you sitting here that have a vision you wish to live out, a goal you wish to reach, or a job you wish to obtain, go for it. If you want to be the next Kay Weezy, which some behind me have already attempted, then dedicate yourself to it. For the first time in your life, you are in the driver's seat. Go where you want to go. See what you wish to see. Unless you're Jason Theory, in which case you should keep your eyes on the road. What matters most is that you ended up where you wanted to be. When you leave here tonight, you're going to forget almost everything that has happened over the past 4 years. After tonight, you may not remember what you used to wear, the friends you made, or the memories you shared. You definitely won't remember the words of my speech. But class of 2018, if there is anything I want you to remember, it's 3 simple words we heard during the middle of the year. Find a way. When Merrill Hodge visited us, he stressed those 3 simple words. Each and every one of us should take them to heart. No matter how big your goals, or how long the journey may seem, push through until the end. But I invite you to take it a step further, class of 2018. Find your own way. In everything you do, make sure that you outline the terms. Because in the words of Joseph Campbell, to find your own way is to find your own bliss. If each and every one of us lives according to our own rules and works towards our own goals, then I think we will all be satisfied when we see each other again in 20 to 30 years for our class reunion. Until then, class of 2018, thank you for all the good times and good luck in everything you do. And up next, we'll have done.
Thank you, Garen. Albert Einstein once said, "It is the same with people as it is riding a bike. Only when moving can one comfortably maintain one's balance." My fellow graduates, I'm here to remind you to keep pedaling through life, no matter what challenges you face. With determination and persistence, you will find success. Welcome and good evening. I would like to thank the faculty, administration, and the staff members of Elizabeth Ward High School. I'd especially like to thank our principal, Mr. Michael Rauth, for promoting a safe and enriching learning environment. Thank you to our family, friends, and especially our parents for your unconditional love and support. Teachers, thank you for your dedication to us as students and your constant support for us as individuals. You have nurtured us, directed us, protected us, and educated us. We have become better people because of it. I stand here today hoping to remind each of you, my fellow graduates, of your unique personalities and abilities. We're about to take the next step in our journey. Wow, what a journey it has been. I like to think of our journey as similar to learning how to ride a bike. As little kids, we all began with training wheels, which kept us from falling over and gave us security and balance when we were just learning to ride. One day, our parents decided it was time we learned how to ride without the training wheels. So, we each hopped on the bike and pedaled cautiously, our parents holding on to the seat as we began to find our way. Us looking back saying, "You got me, right?" It was similar to our 4 years in high school. Each of us experiencing newfound freedom, but our families still there for support. We thought we had reached our goal, but we were only starting a long ride. After some practice runs, when we started to feel more comfortable, our parents finally let go of the seat. Just like that, we were off on our own. Our parents behind us yelling, the universal command for any new bike rider: keep pedaling. Thank you. Thank you. We were nervous, alone by ourselves on that bike for the very first time. But we were also excited. Yes, it was scary, but it was also fun to experience that independence, realizing we could do it by ourselves. Now, as we prepare to cross this stage, we're each about to start pedaling on our own. It will be nerve-wracking without having the guidance we once did. It will be frustrating when we hit some bumps on the road. But through all those potholes, detours, and hills, keep pedaling. But when you see someone with a flat tire pulled off to the side of the road, stop. Be helpful, kind, and empathetic. When you finally reach the top of that steep hill, stop pedaling. Take a moment to look back with pride and appreciate what you have accomplished and help the next person up the hill. Remember to look up and take in all the beauty. Be grateful and humbled by your surroundings. And all along your journey, remember the values you learned during your time at Elizabeth Ford: kindness, leadership, and service. Hold tight to these values and you'll have almost everything you need in life. We've been taught how to ride the bike, but where we go now is up to us. It's up to you to take the values you've learned and live a life of character. My fellow graduates, now is our time to determine what path we take, what goals we aim for. You've worked hard to reach this point. Elizabeth Ford has prepared you to face the challenges that wait ahead. Be confident in yourself and follow your dreams with enthusiasm so you can live a balanced and productive life. So here we are, class of 2018. We are riding on our own now. Our parents have let go of the seat, and we're ready to embrace the freedom and opportunity ahead. I'll end with the words of Henry David Thoreau: go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Thank you, and best of luck to my fellow classmates. Just always remember, keep pedaling and enjoy the ride. Thank you. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our fourth and final speaker, the President of Class 2018, Mr. Jake Maringo.
Good evening, everyone. I first want to thank the faculty, staff, family, and friends for being here on this monumental day. Well, as many before me have said, we made it. We made it through over 720 days of high school classes that taught us the skills that all grown-ups need. We learned that hard work and responsibility can take us far in life. EF has given us the education we need to succeed in whatever field we enter. We have learned hundreds of different things in all of our subjects. In English, we learned to write the dreaded research paper. In cooking, we learned to chef up the fabled Cyclops. In math, we learned about a theorem that some guy named Pythagoras made. And in history, we learned he didn't actually make this theorem. Some of us were even lucky enough to learn how to craft candy dispensers from pizza boxes using X-Acto knives. Our shop teacher taught us something important that day. Cut towards yourself, and scissors are too easy. These are just a few of the lessons that will not soon be forgotten. However, our path to this day has not been as straight cut as the lines of our pizza boxes. Every amazing and not so amazing twist and turn through our high school careers has shaped us into the people we are on this glorious day. I myself entered high school, a shy kid, scared of the upperclassmen, especially the girls. Now, I'm more outgoing than I've ever been. I'm also more confused by girls than I've ever been. As for my peers, I've watched the seemingly normal Caroline Flanagan, and many like her, fall into the abyss that is electronic dance music. God bless them. And possibly the most extraordinary and inexplicable change I've seen is Kyle Bielicki morphing from a wet pool noodle into a jacked and tan superhuman. These, of course, are just a fraction of the amazing transformations that this class has experienced, some less natural than others. Yes, we have come a long way, but just imagine where we can go from here. We all possess two crucial things you need for success: hope and imagination. The late great Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest poets and heavyweight boxers of all time, said, "My mind can conceive it and my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it." He told us we can do more than just believe in ourselves and our goals. We can make our dreams a reality. We have all been gifted the power to dig deep within ourselves and find what we truly want from life. Furthermore, we all live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's just up to us to decide if we want to be a little courageous and truly take advantage of our freedom. I truly hope that we can all learn to stop worrying about what can go wrong and focus on what can go right. We should all try and have a little fun along the way too, because as the Toronto-born philosopher Drake said, everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Our lives are short, and we have to live them to the fullest, and live in honor of those who couldn't be here today. In this uphill journey that is life, be sure to never stop learning, be sure to find your own way, and no matter how hard it gets, keep pushing forward. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Schools, Dr. Bart Rocco.
Good evening. I'm very happy to be speaking here tonight to the 64th graduating class of the Elizabeth Forward High School. Before I make some brief remarks to the class of 2018, there are some people that I need to recognize, and they're responsible for making our district operate effectively. First, I would like to thank and recognize the Board of School Directors. So when I call your name, if you could please stand. Board President Thomas Sharkey. Board Vice President Ryan O. Heminger. Board Secretary Jamie Evans. Board Treasurer Douglas Dyer. Board Member Mr. Richard Cummings. Mr. Charles Bakewell. Mrs. Megan Ferrero. Mr. Travis Stouffer. And Mrs. Dorothy Wyckoff. Thank you. We also have 4 students tonight who have represented their school at our board meetings, and I'd like to have those students please stand when I call their name. Brad Thornton, Will Hebda, Emma Barrowitz, and Lexi Kornowski. I don't know how they did it, but they would volunteer their time and come to the board meeting, so we thank you. I would also like to thank and acknowledge the administrators in the district. Our principal at the high school, Mr. Michael Routh. Vice Principal, Mr. Anthony Popovitz. Vice Principal, Mrs. Heather Hibner. Our Transition Coordinator, Mr. Michael Huber. Our Athletic Director, Mr. Timothy Guffey. Our Principal at the middle school, Dr. Trish Martell. Our Vice Principal, Miss Nancy Stanish. Our Principal at Central Elementary, Mrs. Mary Carol Perry. Our Principal at Green Oak and Mount Vernon Elementary, Mrs. Jennifer Melliton. And our Principal at William Penn, Mr. Bradley Samala. Also, I'd like to thank and congratulate for their help our central office staff, Director. Dr. Randall Sadesky, our Director of Student Services and Personnel. Dr. Mary Beth Wiseman, our Director of Technology. Mr. Matthew Toth, our Network Manager. Somewhere out there in the crowd, Mr. Bruce Elms, our Director of Buildings and Grounds. Our Director of Finance and Operations, Mr. Richard Fantuzzi. And last but certainly not least, my Assistant Superintendent and the new Superintendent of Elizabeth Forward, Dr. Todd Karishkin. Let me also thank all of the members of our school community that have touched the lives of these young people tonight. Our bus drivers, cafeteria workers, secretaries, custodians, teacher aides, nurses, coaches, and especially all of our teachers. Thank you to all who have helped in the education of these graduates. I would also like a special thank you to all the parents of the community for their continued support of our educational programming and the guidance that you've provided for your children. Thank you. Class of 2018, I'd like to share a few statistics with you, as I always do. Of the 198 students graduating tonight, 135 have spent their entire career in the Elizabeth Forward School District. That's 68% of the student body. 106 of the graduates tonight are planning on attending a four-year college after graduation. 29 are planning on attending a community college. 10 students are planning on attending a trade or technical school. 3 are planning on entering the military. 31 will enter the workforce in some capacity. And 18 are still deciding on what their future plans would be. My comments for the class tonight, I don't think can top what our speakers said tonight. So give them a round of applause again. I thought they did a great job. Today in Elizabeth Forward, it's Wednesday. And in Wednesdays this year, we ran a little program here. It was called Be the Kind Kid. So in my thinking about my remarks for tonight, I thought about the t-shirts that I would see the kids wearing that said, Be the kind kid. So it's Wednesday, thought I'd make a few comments, and hopefully if the rain holds, it won't be too long, because I've been getting hassled about how long my speeches are, so we don't want to make that happen. But I think in light of what we're doing tonight, instead of being the kind kid, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. And I think my message tonight is be the kind adult. You know, our world has changed tremendously when these students started kindergarten in 2005. But what I have seen from these young people has made me extremely encouraged about our future. I have witnessed in their actions and their involvement in their school and community so many wonderful things. Many of these graduates tonight have volunteered countless hours to help others. You will be the kind adults that this world needs. I know the graduates tonight will have the ability to weather the challenges that the world will throw at them. Our teachers have helped prepare them to be innovative and creative in how they approach the world of work. You will be the kind adults that will lead this world in the future. You will find a way to make new and better ways to live. You'll be the kind adults that will help your neighbors, give back to your community, and especially be tolerant of the differences in our world, because that is what makes this country so great. You will be the kind adults that make your friends, your relatives, and all of the community members proud for whatever challenges lie ahead. You know, this night is a special night. It's truly a night and a transition from childhood to adulthood. And I encourage you to enjoy the moment. Capture the image of your classmates in your mind and hold those images inside your heart. Remember the wonderful experiences that you've learned at Elizabeth Forward and go out into the world and be the kind adults that we know you will be. Throughout the district, there have been quotes about being kind to kids, and Brian Sabnek was a guy that wrote that. So I've modified it a bit to end and conclude my speech tonight. And it goes like this. Some adults will be smarter than you. Some adults will have cooler clothes than you. Some adults will be better at their work than you. But it doesn't matter. You have great things you can do too. Be the adult who can get along with others. Be the adult who is generous. Be the adult who is happy for the success of others. Be the adult who does the right thing all the time. Be the kind adult. It has been my pleasure to get to know so many of you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for enriching my life, but also for enriching the lives of our faculty and our staff. Mr. Ralph, the Board of School Directors, family, and friends, I hereby declare that these candidates for graduation have met the requirements of graduation from the Elizabeth Forward School District. And by the authority vested in me by the Pennsylvania Department of Education, I hereby authorize the awarding of the diplomas for the graduating class of 2018.
I'm privileged tonight to join you to celebrate this joyous milestone in the lives of the students seated behind me. All of the marching, music, robes, and rituals that surround this day are meant to honor this single, decisive rite of passage for these young men and women. Graduating seniors, you put in about 2,366 days in your education, and as Jake said, with about 720 of those spent in the classrooms and hallways at the high school. Many of those hours were spent volunteering in the community, engaging in sports and music, the arts, and many other extracurricular activities. You performed in our award-winning musical. You left it all out on our fields, courts, our pool, and on the mats. You were members of student government, Interact, TFIM, Leo Club, and the Brave Bunch, to name just a few. You made new friends in our partners classes, helped out at the Camp of Champions. You competed in playoff games, mock trials, academic league, in bocce tournaments, and in cheerleading. You sang in the choir and played in the band. You traveled to Washington, D.C., Wildwood, Hershey, and Disney. And one of you even got to sing in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. There's not much you didn't do while proudly representing the Warriors. Dr. Rocco gave you the statistics of this graduating class, but I also want to take a moment to acknowledge a few of its special accomplishments. This year, 10 seniors received an advanced score on the NOCTI skills test at Steel Center Career and Technical School. This is no easy task and represents countless hours of hard work at their chosen location. Would these 10 students please stand and be recognized? If you learned anything from your time here, it's that regular attendance is key to educational success. This year we honor 5 students who had perfect attendance this year, with one of them, Robert Charles, having perfect attendance all 4 years. Will these students please stand? The Eagle Scout is the highest honor that a Boy Scout can earn. This designation stands for outstanding citizenship, service, and leadership. Only one student in this year's graduating class achieved this distinction. Will Hebda, will you please stand? We have seated with us 4 students that serve as junior firefighters in our community. Tonight they go from junior to senior firefighters. Would you please stand? are 3 young men and women that have committed to join the United States military to proudly serve our country upon graduation. It's not a decision to be taken lightly, for they have chosen honor and country over college, trade school, and the world of work. I want these students to please stand and be recognized. There are also some special academic achievements worth noting as you watch your children walk across the stage. Students are wearing silver cords to denote honors, gold cords for high honors, or academic distinction medals, which represent a cumulative GPA of 4.0 or more over their entire high school career. Now, before I make it official, I want to say one thing from the heart to each and every one of you about to walk across this stage. For you see, we live in divisive times. So now, more than ever, we need you, the young people, to stand up for what's right. We need young people to join together and arm in arm show love, kindness, and courage to one another. We need young people to make the rights, correct the wrongs, and live with grace and dignity. And I am confident, I really am, in each and every one of you to be just that. So class of 2018, it's been an honor to serve as your building principal during this time. You leave behind a legacy of kindness, compassion, courage, and determination. I congratulate you and welcome you to the Elizabeth Forward family of distinguished alumni. On behalf of Mrs. Hibner, Mr. Popowitz, and myself, we are proud to recognize you as Elizabeth Forward High School's graduating class of 2018. At this time, I'd like to introduce the President of the Board of School Directors, Mr. Thomas Sharkey. I present to you the class of 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Rouse. Good evening and welcome to the 64th commencement of Elizabeth Forward High School. It gives me great pleasure to extend greetings to the graduates, family, friends, faculty, administrators, and to thank you for sharing in this special day. Tonight, I salute you, the class of 2018, for your accomplishments. This class contains extraordinarily talented students in academics, the arts, athletics. Your intelligence, drive, and creativity stand out. Can we give them a round of applause? At this time, I also would like to salute Dr. Rocco. After 9 years as the superintendent here at Elizabeth Forward School District, he will be retiring. Dr. Rocco, thank you for your years of service here at EF. You have truly made our school district a better place for kids. Dr. Rocco, thank you. On behalf of the Board of School Directors of Elizabeth Forward School District, it is with great pleasure that I accept the Elizabeth Forward High School class of 2018 to be graduated. Having your assurance that they have met the requirements as established by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Elizabeth Forward School District. Thank you.
Calling the roll this evening will be our assistant principals, Mrs. Hibner and Mr. Popowitz.
Jordan Taylor Vasco, academic distinction. Emma Carol Barowich, academic distinction. Maya Avery Winowich, academic distinction. Garen Anthony Mardick, academic distinction. William Joseph Alexander Hebda, academic distinction. Jake Frederick Maringo, academic Trisha Marie Adams. Abigail Rose Anderson, honors. Jenna Ann Armstrong, high honors. Julia Christine Baylog, academic distinction. Brianna Lene Bell, high honors. Sage Louise Bielik. Blake Brianne Bowman, academic distinction. Alexis Marie Boyd, academic distinction. Anna Natalia Byrne, academic distinction. Maria Ann Calabro, high honors. Madison Elizabeth Muth, academic distinction.
I need it a little while.
Huh?
I need it a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'll just keep it dry.
And I need it when she goes across.
Oh, yeah. You have it ready? It's going to be going now.
Huh?
Next up, it's going to be coming her.
Seth Thorne Andres. Ryan Thomas and Koviak, high honors. Ethan Robert Ascenti, high honors. Ryan Timothy Bavion. Brock Matthew Balta, academic distinction. Timothy Hunter Benak, academic distinction. Robert Matthew Lazina IV, high honors. Tyler David Bowden. Rocky Odell Bodger Jr., honors. Nathan Ryan Boyd. Blaze Scott Ramhall. Jacob Gregory Butko. Kyle Anthony Bilicki, high honors. Salvador Ricardo Cialoni. Joshua Scott Conway, honors. William Doyle Howard III. Jesse James Crosby. And Wyatt Edward Crosby. Jesse has earned honors.
Allison Morgan Carilli.
you're not in the way.
academic distinction. Taylor Marie Jeffers, high honors. Caitlin Renee Kennedy, honors. Cassidy Angeline Kern, academic distinction. Harmony Dora Keys. Morgan Marie Corbel, academic distinction. Alexis Lynn Kornowski, academic distinction. Elizabeth Ray Katevich, academic distinction. Carlin Joy Large, academic distinction.
Short card is missing because we had to move due to the rain.
Daniel Nicholas Jacobs, high honors. Lucas James Jeffers, high honors. Kevin Scott Johnson. Michael Anthony Keister, high honors. Joseph Michael Klingensmith, high honors. Ryan J. Kretchen, honors. Anthony Thomas Kustra, honors. Rory Shane Lacey, high honors. Alexander Michael Lafranchi, high honors. Zachary Tyler Lewis, academic distinction. Brian Lamont Malloy Jr. Gavin Alexander Morton, academic distinction. Adam Jr. Mitchell Melvin Minda, honors. Zachary Michael Morgan, academic distinction. Tyler James Asilka, academic distinction. Carson Joseph Park. Noah Michael Park. Anthony Wayne Piontek. Kyle Silas Province, honors. Robert David Queen. Luke Llewellyn Ramage, high honors. Thomas Ronald Rapp III, academic distinction. John Christopher Schubert, academic distinction. Nicholas Charles Siegel, high honors. John Lewis Sellinger. Timothy Victor Saruga, academic distinction. Jared Michael Shoemaker. Hunter Thomas Sine, academic distinction. Austin Lee Smith, academic distinction. Jason Christopher Theory. Bradley John Thornton, academic distinction. Trent David Turpak. Mario William Trujillo. Dylan Michael Tyner, honors. Zachary Robert Bisk, high honors. Dylan Shane Wax. Jacob Christopher Wallace. Nicholas Owen Wardropper, academic distinction. Joshua Williams.
Taylor Ann White, honors. Trinity Mary Wiseman, high honors. Nicolette Rose Giacomelli. Jennifer Susan Zalak, honors. Mitchell Connor Wisniewski. Peyton Glenn Zemke, academic distinction. Congratulations to the class of 2018. You are now officially graduates of Elizabeth Ford High School. At this time, please move your tassel from the right to the left. As this chapter of our lives closes, so a new one begins. We are hopeful for a bright future, one filled with new challenges, new opportunities, new friendships, and new memories. May our bodies be strong, our minds full of dreams, our hearts full of hope, and our future filled with happiness. So let's go out and make our mark on the world and build a legacy that Elizabeth Ford alumni, past, present, and future will be proud of. Good luck, class of 2018.
Battery thing.